Liveries are arguably one of a Formula 1 team's most important aspects. Countless legacies have been forged in the cockpit of a car painted in Rosso Corsa, or Williams' famous blue, white and yellow. As well as this, sponsorship revenue generated by company advertisements and logos on Formula 1 cars, or not if you're impoverished like Caterham or Manor, is the main form of income to justify the immense costs of funding a successful Formula 1 team, or not so successful if you don't have sponsors. It's sponsorship money that forms the basis of today's video. Advertising is all well and good, but what happens if it becomes too much? Our story starts on January 6, 1999, as the Phoenix of British American Racing, or BAR for short, rises from the ashes of the now defunct Tyrrell team. Well, the team's performance was more wingless seagull than Phoenix, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, at the Bar01 car launch in Brackley, Formula 1 journalists were understandably confused when not one but two cars were hidden under the sheets. All became clear when Jacques Villeneuve and Ricardo Zonta walked onto the stage wearing completely different overalls, and the cars were revealed to have completely different colour schemes. Zonta's was a glittering blue and yellow, advertising 555 brand tobacco, while Villeneuve's was a vibrant white and red, adorned with the logo of Lucky Strike, another tobacco brand. BAR had cleverly calculated that by advertising two British American tobacco brands on two separate cars, they would receive more exposure, and therefore more money. Unfortunately for BAR's ingenious get-rich-quick scheme, the FIA considered the mismatched liveries about as welcome in the paddock as Flavio Briatore. The FIA told British American Racing that both cars should remain superficially similar to avoid confusion for commentators and spectators. BAR's solution to this last-minute problem was pretty unorthodox. Instead of simply favouring one livery over another, the team raced both liveries on one car by splitting it down the middle. One side was decorated in the Lucky Strike livery, while the other carried 555 branding. The zip between designs ended at the nose cone in order to keep certain sponsor logos visible, and the race number clear, while the rear wing was split in two horizontally. The forward-facing section displayed 555 logos, while Lucky Strike branding was visible on the rear. For races where tobacco advertising was banned, BAR used crescent moons in place of the 555 logo, and the Run Free slogan instead of the Lucky Strike branding. As I alluded to before, the performance of the Bar01 was not very good at all. Jacques Villeneuve, 1997 World Drivers' Champion, drove for the team and failed to finish the first 11 races of the season. No, that's not a typo as much as I wish it was. 11 consecutive retirements, from the start of the season in Australia all the way to Hungary. This is the second place record for most consecutive retirements in a season, with Andrea de Cesaris's 12 retirements in 1987 just pipping it to the post. His teammate Ricardo Zonta was just as unlucky. As a Formula 1 rookie, he injured his foot in a crash during practice for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Zonta sat out 3 races and was replaced behind the wheel by venerable Finn Mika Salo. It was Salo who scored the team's best result of 1999. In a hectic, attrition-focused race where only 6 drivers finished, Salo suffered an electrical fault 3 laps from the finish. However, he had completed 90% of the race and was thus classified 7th. Therefore, BAR's most successful race of 1999 was one that they didn't even finish. The BAR though was a decently quick car and looked to be in contention for points on several occasions. Villeneuve even ran 3rd in the Spanish Grand Prix before a gearbox failure took him out of the race. The truth was, despite its midfield level pace, the car was simply not very good at actually working. Out of 31 starts, the team finished just 11 races in 1999, a classification record of just 34%. It wasn't all bad news though. BAR had a much more successful season in 2000, with Villeneuve scoring 17 points and Zonta scoring 3, leaving the team 5th in the Constructors' Championship. Ultimately, the Bar01's legacy, and thankfully not its paint job, lives on in the modern-day Mercedes team, who bought out BAR and Honda from the Brawn GP team in 2009. Divisive in more ways than one, the Bar01's paint job remains a memorable and slightly hideous footnote in the long and turbulent history of Formula 1 sponsorship. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more historical Formula 1 content. Tell me in the comments, did you prefer the blue and yellow livery or the white and red one? Thanks so much for watching, don't forget to check out the other Formula 1 YouTubers video in the end card, and I'll see you in the next video.